BIM process, the construction process is already established. This is the construction process. So BIM process is when the information development. Remember I talked about the information development kan? So when you want to develop the information for the purpose of the construction process, that is where the BIM process comes in. It's not about the changing of the construction process. That's where some people get it wrong. When you want to apply BIM in construction, you are changing the construction process. No, you cannot change the construction process because it's already tied with the construction contract. So you cannot change. So what is the BIM process is when you want to develop the information, there should be a right process. Before it been published for the use of the construction process, there will be a process of the information development. So that is the BIM process. So I mean, it is stated, it's stated under the document PAS 1192-2. You can download that document. It tells you the information development process. It's not the construction process. So when the construction ongoing, there are information need to be input into the construction. So the information development will need the process, the proper process. It's a process actually, the thing that you cannot see. Alright. So in BIM you can use BIM stages for concept, for schematic design, detail design, construction work, FM. This is a design phase. You use it to understand the schematic for the sustainability, MVP coordination, realistic feasibility issues and so on. You can have phase planning. For example, this one is for the time and cost simulation during design. You can see you can simulate between the cost and time whether you can the project can complete earlier. Crash planning, and you see the costing, whether the cost will be higher with the compressed planning. Okay. Fast forward it. Okay, this is just so another option is you can use BIM for the purpose of design option. You can see the best orientation of the building, depend on the sun and so on. This is for the purpose of green building. You can use BIM for the lighting analysis during design. Schematic. Okay, this is preliminary and schematic models. You can use it for checking. And this one, another thing, is for the detailed design phase. You can input all the information here. This is all about the model, and the process come in terms of the information development. Okay, this is another example of one of the building that we are developing. Okay, and we extract the costing based on the model that we develop. We get the contract administration, all the information required, and then we have shop drawings, development production of shop drawing during construction. All the details we develop from the models during construction. You can get all clash. I think all this is you guys should already gone through. Just browse for develop the detail reinforcement bar. See how massive all the services can. Without using models, I'm not sure whether we can actually deliver this on time or not. This is another horizon gate on the rebar. You see how detailed, how massive the rebar is. That's why we need modeling. This construction shop drawings. this bar bending schedule you can develop, because when you start the project you need to submit the bar bending schedule. So you can produce the bar bending schedule from the model itself, and in fact we can at one time we will go up to this level. You should have a music, eh? Okay, see, you can have this is augmented reality. You go to site, you wear the glass, you can see where the structure. This actually can be done immediately. Now also you can develop. This is so easy. It's not that difficult. Okay. So you can use it for asset management. See, because you see it's exactly the same thing. There is this is the model that is on site. Okay, the model on site. You can input all the information. You can access the project site. You can access the information in tablet. You click and all the information come out. It's about information, kan? So you click there, all the information come out in tablets. Okay, now come to BIM collaboration. So the basic is already, we can have an understanding on the basic terms. So now in terms of collaboration, BIM collaboration, first of all, why we go for BIM collaboration? Because we need to have a faster delivery. Usually, if traditional, we go one by one, interpretation one after another, design input, we can shorten a little bit. But when we start to collaborate, everything can be compressed. You can have a faster delivery of the project. You can have a easier design. So this is why we need to have the collaboration aspect in delivering the project. Model files, usually, even though you have a separate files, you got the architect file, structure file, MEP, and fabrication files or what. But then when it comes to collaboration, you can federate. This is another term you need to know. You federate all the models into one model. That is, all the models, separate files, you federate into one. You have different files. Usually all the files we develop in each discipline, and then you merge all the models. You get the full model, and then you produce the drawing for construction from the models. Okay, and then we have coordination and so on. So basically, when you federate all the models, you need to input, or you need to share it through the CDE. CDE is another term in BIM, Common Data Environment. It's a sharing platform. It's a common database where everyone can access in this CDE and extract the information that they require to deliver the project. Just now, earlier we are talking about the models, the process of developing the models and usage of the information. So after the model all being developed at each discipline, the next phase is you share the models into one centralized platform. So this centralized platform can be in any software, again, in any software, in any platform. The database or the information that can be shared also can be in any format. You input into one centralized platform, and in order to input or publish in the platform, you need to have the process again. So there's a process from PAS 1192. You need to have the information checking. You need somebody to approve whether the information is correct. You need somebody to make sure that the information before publish is what is required. You need somebody to check the model, whether the model is right before you publish in the centralized platform. This phase, there are limited people that work together because of the development of information. You see, there's some areas that rejected and review and so on. And then finally, after everything is approved, then only share to the project team. So that is the process. That is the process that what being called as a BIM process. Because the construction process is still remain the same. Before you publish, so that the construction people can use, there is a process of developing the information, validating the information before it's being published to the project team. Okay? So the platform, the collaboration platform or the CDE, commonly used is the BIM 360 project-wise. So, but we cannot limit to one platform. Cannot limit to only this platform. If you have any platform that can produce better, then it's also an option to be used in our project. Project-wise is one of the widely used currently. BIM 360 and project-wise is the most widely used. Econex, and currently now one of the mega project is saying that Viewpoint is the best collaboration platform. It's a new thing coming up. So this is the platform. So the software is a software, and then the CDE is a platform where you share all your model that being developed. Okay. So in this CDE, you can have all this information, BIM modeling, the 3D design, BIM standards, BIM VDC, information management, all these things you can put together and share in this platform. Okay. So model management, through this platform you can review the model, you can coordinate, you can fabricate, you can have all this management process. Okay, and you can also have a rules engine to make sure when you publish, the platform itself can check the information that you publish, not just a visual check. You can have a rules engine that when you publish, the system will check for you all the rules that you already set. And when you have the collaboration, you need to know that it's not everything into one. Architecture will have their own collaboration. Structure, landscape, civils, every discipline will have their own collaboration first. After everything is validated in the discipline before they share it for the project. Okay, this is some process we need to understand. This is also I want to show you that all the information, including the trade subcons and every stakeholder in the project, you can share all the information so that it can be used by all the stakeholders. And based on the PAS 1192, this is another process of BIM collaboration. Before you start with the project delivery, you need to have all this. You need to have the employer information requirement. All this is under PAS 1192-2. You got EIR, you got BEP, you got Master Information Delivery Plan, everything, and then you input into the collaboration platform. This is the platform. As you can see here, this is the construction phase. The brief concept definition, design, and everything is a construction phase in UK, and you see the information development during all this phase. The information in CDE consists of the graphical model, non-graphical data, and documentation. Three types of information. Three types of information, and then you develop the information. The line there is showing that the information development. From the brief concept definition, these three information will be developed piece by piece. While you are developing the information throughout the construction, throughout the phases, you extract the information to be used for the purpose of decision making, decision point, for the purpose of supplier information exchange. You see, while developing the process, while developing the information, three types of information, and you extract the information for the use of the construction. So that is the purpose of the CDE. You sharing, you put everything, all the stakeholders input the information. Graphical model is the model that we talked about earlier, and then you have a non-graphical information, and then you have a documentation. You input there so that while you are delivering the project, you can extract the information that you require for the purpose of developing or constructing the project. Okay? So while you are developing the information, this is the process again, because when you talk about BIM, it's always a process, kan? So this is the process of the developing of that information. Okay? So it's not about changing the construction process. It's about this process so that the construction can use the information that you being developed. This is part of it. So you see, under the project-wise, all the information already being developed here. You can separate the information in CDE into this manner. Okay? You have several part of information in the collaboration platform. This is an example, actual collaboration platform that we are using in one of our projects. And this collaboration platform you set up as what we've been doing in the WhatsApp group. You set up, you share. You set up first, you set up the team member, you add all the team member in this platform. And then you can share. For example, you can open in your handphone. This the same platform. I can open here. And the A360. And the folder is here, the same one. I can use office building. It's live, huh? You see? See the building? See? So it's very small, but you can open in your tablet. Huh? You just need to register the A360. Okay? You can see the building that you already developed. So this is the collaboration platform. I can add here, I can communicate here. Like now we are communicating in WhatsApp group, kan? You add everyone in WhatsApp. But this is better. You can communicate here. You can have a communication here. Tools, you cloud, you send. Then everyone in this, everyone who is a member of this building will receive your comment, and you can communicate on the building. Okay? So that is the next level that actually already being implemented in Malaysia. It's not something that theory or something that best practice that you said overseas can do, not in Malaysia. No, this is actually we are doing it in our project, and surprisingly, most of the project now outside also already implementing it. They are using ProjectWise. In fact, ProjectWise is also another platform that you can use to open in the tablet. It's in my iPad. You can see the building. You can walk through the building through